Lucid isn't a brand that everyone is familiar with. Despite this, the electric startup has a value greater than that of Ford Motor. In addition to being rich with cash, the firm has achieved a significant milestone. The company is now actually manufacturing and shipping automobiles to consumers. Because of this, they have positioned themselves at the forefront of an epic race to replicate Tesla's remarkable success story as the auto industry accelerates its shift to electric vehicles. Only a few hundred automobiles have been produced so far by the business, which is a very modest number for such a new startup. However, the luxury manufacturer has ambitious plans to expand its operations in the next few years. Moreover, a large number of savvy investors are placing large bets on their ability to complete the feat. In today's video, we'll discuss Lucid's beginnings as a challenger to the market leader Tesla. So, grab a few cookies and settle back to enjoy the experience. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder that subscribing's free and liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar content. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. It is impossible to keep up with the fast evolution of the electric car business. Multiple youngcomers are entering the market, but not all of them will be successful. Lucid Group, on the other hand, has been able to establish itself as a serious competitor in this highly competitive market. Let's look at how the luxury automaker is challenging Tesla's electric vehicle technology. More significantly, would it be able to threaten Tesla's supremacy in the electric vehicle industry in the future? Lucid's technology may be understood better if it's compared to Tesla's tech, which has recently gotten a lot of attention and accolades. To begin, let's get the elephant out of the room by stating the obvious. No one has achieved what Rawlinson's business has achieved in the EV segment, and that's evident when you look at the EPA rating for the range of EVs. Lucid EVs rank first through 6 on the list, which is a remarkable accomplishment for any business, let alone a startup. And guess what? These are the only 6 variations the luxury automaker manufactures. This demonstrates that they have a distinct competitive edge over any other EV car maker, including Tesla, in this category. There are, however, additional considerations to take into account. A longer range may be attained, for example, by using a larger battery capacity. However, this isn't the best or the most innovative solution. Battery efficiency is a critical indicator of electric vehicle technology, since it indicates how much power a vehicle consumes in order to drive a particular distance. The Air boasts a battery efficiency of more than 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, higher than any EV model out there, including Tesla's Model S 4 miles per kilowatt hour. Note that the highest speed of 168 miles per hour achieved by the Lucid Air is much lower than the top speed of 200 miles per hour achieved by the Model S. To put it another way, Tesla is faster, and also the Model S Plaid accelerates to 60 miles per hour in about 0.5 seconds less time than the Lucid Air. But the Air, on the other hand, has a much greater range without sacrificing performance, efficiency, and comfort in any way. To be honest, Lucid will need much more than just promising technology to compete with Tesla's EV domination. To establish itself, the business has to accomplish a lot of things, from obtaining raw materials to manufacturing vehicles that work well in the real world over time, and doing it all economically. However, its superior technology may provide it with a competitive advantage. While Tesla is largely targeted at the high end of the electric car range, Lucid has seen a market potential in the luxury segment. The Air models will compete with premium brands such as Mercedes-Benz and Porsche to fill this gap in the market. Many startups have tried to compete with the titan of the EV industry, but none have succeeded. One of the primary reasons for this is a lack of financial resources to turn their vision into a reality. For Lucid, money is not an issue. In fact, they have plenty of it. Obtaining funding and financing is no longer a concern for the organization. They've raised more than $10 billion in capital, which is really staggering. Funding is one of the most difficult obstacles for any business to overcome. However, this has been solved. It's a potent reminder to established car makers that they need to keep up with the times or risk losing their market share. The heavyweights of the automobile business have been sluggish to adapt to the changing environment, and auto startups like Tesla, Nikola, Canoo, and Lucid Motors are taking on these giants. Who knows how many of these startups will go on to become the next giants, and how many of the giants today will be relegated to the obscurity of history. However, the Air luxury car is a game changer, not just in the electric vehicle business, but also in the automotive industry as a whole. Lucid's accomplishment is noteworthy in light of the fact that it has outperformed traditional automakers in terms of producing a superior product, despite the fact that these firms have invested billions of dollars in their EV goals. It is also attempting to take on an established electric vehicle manufacturer with a reputation for innovation. Based purely on the facts provided above, it may not be safe to conclude that Lucid is capable of readily competing with Tesla. Elon Musk isn't content to rest on his laurels, and the company is always striving to improve its batteries. The business claims that its own batteries have the potential to boost car range by 54% thanks to improvements in cell design and vehicle integration. Furthermore, Tesla's own large battery manufacturing plans are intended to drastically down the cost of batteries. The business says that this will enable them to provide electric vehicles for as low as $25,000 in price. As a result, Tesla is now targeting a far larger market than Lucid. The luxury manufacturer also has aspirations to someday enter the general market, but that'll be many years down the road. While the Air models have generated a lot of interest, they still face significant obstacles. Scaling up from a few hundred cars to tens or hundreds of thousands of vehicles is necessary for the American automaker. There's also growing rivalry from large manufacturers who are rushing to catch up with Tesla and who are developing mass production vehicles that are significantly less expensive than the premium models Lucid is offering. Not only that, the conventional automaker has also jumped onto the trend. But because of their continued commitment to creating gas-powered automobiles alongside EVs, some investors believe that the auto industry's heavyweights will be unable to move as quickly as the disruptive new companies. When it comes to truck manufacturing, the Detroit makers have decades more expertise than their Silicon Valley counterparts and the resources to create big numbers at a cheap cost. Not to add that they have widespread brand recognition and enormous marketing budgets. However, for the time being, financiers seem to be betting that startups will be able to innovate more quickly than veterans would be able to adjust. That's why startups like Lucid are getting more airtime than traditional automakers. Ultimately, if Lucid does not continue to enhance its products, the company's dominance in the spectrum may be rapidly evaporating. Lucid and Tesla could well be at the beginning of a long-term rivalry. That is unquestionably fantastic news for EV purchasers. Nevertheless, what does this imply for you as an investor? Both Tesla and Lucid seem to be excellent long-term investments. Tesla stock, on the other hand, seems to be priced for perfection, while LCID appears to have greater upside potential according to the analysts. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Do you think that Lucid and Tesla competition is shaping up to be a long-term rivalry? And how do you believe Lucid will be able to maintain a competitive advantage against the behemoth of the EV industry? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. LCID, according to John Amora, is the best stock ever. He added 1,000 shares to his portfolio because Air is the world's longest range, fastest charging luxury electric car, winner of the 2022 Motor Trend Car of the Year, and is the Tesla of the future. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscribing's still free and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.